Hey traders, welcome to episode 762 of the show. You could be doing anything but you're here, and I appreciate it. And Bitcoin doesn't really appreciate you, does it? It's lack of volatility, putting us all to sleep. I believe we're at a 78% retrace from the lowest point to highest point now. I think that's exactly where we are. Look, low to high. Yeah, that's exactly where we are. So we're in deep retrace territory. If we were to look at an XABCD pattern based on the criteria of the retrace here, it was too shallow for this to be the pattern completion zone. The pattern completion zone would actually be down at 76.74. So that's definitely a place where Bitcoin could continue to bleed out to. Before, how many times we see it, you get a big impulse and you just fade out, and then really deep retraces, you get another move to the upside. Okay, so something that I was looking at with patrons, very cool. I don't even know if I saved it. All right, and so this may have no bearing at all on anything, okay, but I'm just looking at kind of like history a little bit, and how the RSI looked before the momentous run began. Okay, and again, if we can't talk about it here, we literally can't talk about this anywhere else. Okay, because this is like technical analysis stuff. So, okay, so when we bottomed out.
Is that a joint?
Howdy, Mitch. Good to see your mug finally. Keep on keeping on.
Oh, Harry, man, thanks for the 420, dude. I'm sorry that's your name, dude. I mean, I don't think your ancestors liked you very much, or whoever gave your ancestors your surname didn't like you, and I don't think your parents liked you either, because your first name's Harry. So, I mean, I think that there are many people that just don't like you, dude, in a certain way, you know, because your name.
That Moon Boy tipped $25. So glad you plugged in your camera tonight.
VeChain doing things.
We did it, man. We did it. Whoa. This thing's been giving me all kinds of problems anyway, but whatever. Beard's gotten thicker, fuller. But thanks, VeChain doing things. Hey, have you seen your asset getting wrecked? We're going to look at it. We'll actually look at it right after Bitcoin, after I look at the RSI here with these fine folks you included, Mr. Moonboy. Okay, look, all right, so when it all bottomed out, Bitcoin bottomed out, and December 15th, 2018, D-Day, the bottom, right? At that bottom is when we were showing very discernible forms of bullish divergence, very, very similar looking, and actually, we did not show real bullish divergence on the MACD until September 29th and October 24th, when, you know, a low and a slightly lower low occurred. Very similar, like a low and a lower low, slightly lower low, not much, right? Exhaustion set in, okay? So we did break to the upside, all right? We broke to the upside, but look at this, okay? This took so long. From December 23rd at the highest point on that impulse from the divergence, bled out. Let's look here, listen. Let's try to be real on this. See, date range. All right, so when it hit that top, you know, it took 45 days for Bitcoin to eventually, you know, get to its lowest point on the RSI and break to the upside, kind of double bottomed here, wedge, harmonic, everything, okay? So when it bottomed out, when Bitcoin bottomed out, okay, it got as low as like 37 on the RSI, right? This was the impulse and this was the Gartley. When the Gartley found its bottom, that's when we saw 36. We were back in bearish territory, all right? So we look to now. Okay, we had the divergence, broke to the upside, and now this is where we were yesterday, and now we're starting to fall below it. Okay, much less time has gone by. I don't think 45 days have gone by, but we even got, look, you know, the thing is, we actually got much higher too. Look at this pump, 43% in a day. Here wasn't near as good. We only got a size 55.75, or here we got to like 65.5. So this very, very similar looking stuff on the RSI, but again, man, not saying that this is going to happen again because of it, but it's just something to note. I mean, it's technical analysis. It's in our ballpark of what should be talked about on the stream. We're not talking about, you know, penguins and on the North Pole or something, right? We're not talking about that, or South Pole. Okay, so interesting look there. So the thing is, the difference, okay, back here, the retrace from that high point to low point, it was a 61.8% retrace, and then eventually a 78.6% retrace with a 1414 fib extension. That was really the bottom, the 1414. It was a little bit deeper than the 786. Okay, so in the 80s. So far, we're not even in the 80s yet on the retrace. This was not a 61% retrace. This was a 50% retrace. So with harmonics and stuff, it's like, if you have a shallow retrace here, that means you're going to have a deeper retrace, you know, theoretically, from C to D, which is kind of what we're doing right now. You have to go to the 4-hour kind of just, you can't really see it at all on the daily. It's impossible, right? The impulse down and the rally, that was the lowest point to the highest point, B to C. And it's just slowly getting down there, 76.74 connect, cap up, no cap up. All right. So we'll be waiting. You know, we could, obviously, we can get a break to the upside here, but it just doesn't seem as likely because of B's retrace, if you understand harmonics, right? And there's no real divergence that you see on the 4-hour, nor there's, you know, the negative momentum on the dailies at its highest level. You know, in this creation of the new little, you know, the big histogram island we're seeing. So again, 76.
Hey, I like penguins on the South Pole. Let's talk about them.
Okay, penguins in the South Pole. Penguins and South Pole back.
CGC please. I'm in from 14.20s that had joined and looning for a common retrace and a bear trend to look to start scaling out profits. Thanks man Re.
Ace Re liquidated. Liquidated Esquire. Thanks so much, dude. Alright, yeah, we'll look at CGC Connect. No doubt. Alright, so penguins, Galapagos penguins live in the furthest north of all the species as the Ecuadorian islands straddle the equator. There are no penguins in the Arctic. Emperor penguins are the largest of all, standing up to 50 inches tall. It's rhyming, dude.
VeChain doing things.
That moon boy tipped $25. Mitch, I need a good scalp play to make up for my VeChain losses from the last 24 hours. Got anything for me?
I don't do scalping, dude. I don't think you do either. Okay, let me finish. Okay, emperor penguins can dive up to 1,850 feet. Wow, that's crazy. Where's my music, dude? Hello? I mean, I think I can hear it. So, was that good on the penguin request? Okay, I think we're good there. Okay, trying to get everything situated here. Thank you, Vet Moonboy. Let's look at VeChain before CGC, since Vet Moonboy is, he's here. He's normally in the Andromeda Galaxy, right? It's like where VeChain headquarters is. It's not in China anymore, so I've been told. Oh boy, right? Finally hitting the beginning of the golden zone. Down 11% today. It was bound to happen at some point. Why not happen at a deep retrace, the 78% retrace? We were just talking about that with Bitcoin, right? 786. So from the low point to high point, 38% retrace and not really any lower. Okay, so this could keep going. This could get, between 48% of 1 penny and 61% of 1 penny. That's exactly where we are now. So is the party over for VeChain? Well, we don't know. We have to see what kind of consolidation pattern happens, if one does occur, or if it just continues to just sell off and gets to deep retrace levels and just craps out. Okay, so there's always time for penguins. Yep, I guess we made it happen, man. So here's your VeChain Scalp Connect. I don't know, man, because it just seems high risk to me, no matter where it is, without any pattern developed on the daily time scale, without any kind of divergence, without anything like that. VeChain seems still kind of risky. We don't know if the selling pressure is done yet. We don't know if this is it. It could reverse here. That just means extremely high amounts of demand, 50%, 618, or more moderate. 50% is definitely your most common retrace level, so definitely could go lower. All right, look at the negative Momo on the 4 hour, and you're not even oversold yet. I mean, that's the highest spike in negative momentum we've seen on VeChain since June of 2019, June of this year, right? When Walmart Connect. Look what happened after Walmart Connect, VeChain, Moonboy, right? Walmart destroyed, absolutely destroyed. So you don't want that here. You want to retrace moderately and then run again. That's your only hope here. Okay. Gotta love Fibonacci though, man, doesn't it? It like the perception of how you look at things is so different when you understand the fundamentals of Fibonacci, right? When you see that VeChain from its high point to low point hit a 78% retrace and no higher, you're now saying, hey, we are in deep retrace territory. That means the probability is much higher now after something like this that occurred, that we will be dumping, we will be correcting or reversing to the downside for some sort of new common retrace, right? Okay. Hold on. What? Talk about Enjin Connect? Yeah, Enjin's up today. It was up 4.2%. It's now up 7.40%. Come on, chat. Come on, patrons.
Is that a joint?
Happy 420 Mountain Time. Pot doing things.
Pot doing things. Yeah, that's a big deal, dude.
Marijuana's bad.
So, yeah, like, I think there's legislation that's being presented to federally decriminalize cannabis, which would be absolutely wild. I mean, over half the arrests for narcotics or drugs or whatever, it comes from cannabis. And so I think it's just, it's wild, right? People's lives are destroyed for pretty much nothing, right? And it's done nothing. Prohibition is, we've seen it. You know, we look through the lens of history and see prohibition didn't work back then, and it didn't work now. It actually created a monster. It created the cartel, drug cartel in Mexico, man. They have become so powerful, and at this point, they've most likely diversified into many other things, which is awful. Now they're deep rooted, and they could have never been created if it wasn't for William Randolph Hearst, yellow journalism, all this other stuff, whatever. That was back before the internet, so there were very few sources of media for people to take in, so they took in the extremely manipulated and, I don't know, it was tailor-made information to the masses. You know, it was like hemp was a big threat to like the paper companies, stuff like that, so they wanted to nip that in the bud before it started getting big, and they did, right, when they could. But now we have the internet. We have almost unlimited sources of information, which that kind of crap doesn't really work. Now it's like there's so much false information out there. It's like the exact opposite problem our generation has than the generations before us and the boomers, right? Where they didn't have enough info. We have too much info. All right. And that's why Google does, they have their algorithms and stuff like that to tailor to what you like, what you search for. Okay. Is it time for CGC Connect? Oh yeah, CGC Connect. All right, he is long at 1420.
Is that a joint?
1420 Connect. Well, 786. Also probably a 1414. Dude, it was great. Great idea. Look, man, we just talked about the 1414. What was the legendary bottom for Bitcoin? The second one with the higher low. It wasn't the 786. It was pretty much the 786 like here. But 82%, right? 83% here. But a 1414 fib extension. Hype in the chat for Ace Re. Up tremendously. But this thing is only kind of filled a gap, right? With the wick. Didn't candle close above it. But very good. Up 15% today. Up 3.17% after hours. $18.20 right now. So this could be an absolutely legendary reversal. This pattern was being created May of 2017, June of 2017, and we're just now getting to the juicy areas, the FOMO areas for people that have, completely inverted their polarities. That's what you have to do when you're new to trading. You're gonna have a FOMO feeling up here and here. Oh my God, it just keeps going. I gotta get in now. That feeling, you should be getting it at areas like the 1414 and the 786. If there's confluence, you should be getting all kinds of crazy, right? So having chat for Ace Re could have a nice couple months. This could take a while, man. Remember how long it takes you to get to your targets. A lot of times is very dependent and relative to the amount of time it took to develop the prevailing pattern that you're trading. So if it took over 2 years for this pattern to mature, it could take 6 months to get to just the 382 or the 50%, or not, right? It's pot, so it's speculative. It's like crypto. It's kind of nuts. It's kind of bonkers. So, you know, the golden zone. Common retrace levels between $31 and $41.75. Mic drop, anyone?
Bruh. Is that a joint?
$60 million volume on ACB today, MK. Well, that kind of legislation, that's like the biggest news of the year for cannabis advocates or whatever. I think there's something called Normal. I was reading about it today. That's what they said. So it's an acronym, Normal Connect without an A. Yeah, Robert Dish, man. If you haven't seen my static video on Fibonacci, you really need to. I made it like 7 months ago, but it's timeless education. Just go to my YouTube channel, go to the education tab, and look at it. Look here and listen. It's like 16 minutes long. Get a coffee, watch it, sit there, and absorb the information, and watch it again if you have to. But because I'm telling you, like reading charts, there's just, I don't know. Without Fibonacci, man, it's like you're blind or deaf. It's like you're missing a sense. Like one of the 5 major senses, you're missing one if you don't know and understand Fibonacci, like back and forth. Okay. So let's go. 1G was in at 1420. It's now 1835 after hours, 4.02%. Let's just say 4.2%.
Is that a joint?
No, we're going to look at Enjin Connect right now, and then we'll go to FedEx after that. Okay, Enjin's in the title. VeChain was in the title, but Moonboy's here. Okay, so yes, Enjin, 7.5%. Sorry, forget that, dude. It's bugged out. Reward to risk thing. Yeah, so again, 7 cents right now. Breakout has become a reality. Like the Momo shift breakouts occurred. You even back tested it. You're making higher lows. Accumulation's very real. Look at the pattern. What is this pattern? This is a bullish Gartley, another bullish Gartley. Just like the one we saw on CGC. Holy crap, back-to-back Gartleys? When does that happen? When do we analyze a Gartley and then just go to the next asset, Gartley again? Gartley gang, chat. So, targets 12.69 cents to 17.5 cents. That's, if this pattern's to play out, it hitting 12.69 cents in the coming weeks or months wouldn't be weird. It would make a lot of sense. Dude, you're talking about an asset that's had a pattern that's been in development since November of 2018. You have to understand, 1 year later, here we are breaking out of this momentously sized harmonic pattern. So of course it could just fail and go to the downside, whatever. You know, the thing is about this is an unconventional pattern, right? Because the 786 was here and it didn't really do anything. But that doesn't mean, just because it goes to an 88% retrace doesn't invalidate it completely. I don't think. I think that 88% retrace, there might be even better areas of value down there. We've seen ONT do it where it was thought to be 786. Nope, it went to the 886 before reversing. Just happens, man. So what more do you want on Enjin Connect? I don't think you want any more, dude. Because there's nothing more to talk about. Because it's already analyzed. What HG? What are you talking about, man? Stuff. Okay. All right. So let's look at another asset. FedEx requested by Jeremy S. Man. Clean slate. here. So clearly correcting, but normally you zoom out to see what you're getting here. All right, so historical uptrend for the most part, but right now you're in a correction. You've been in a correction since the buying climax, January of 2018. So you've been correcting for, my God, going on 2 years, right? So we've retraced and hit an 88.6% retrace. My God, I think the name of the show today should just be 88.6, 88.6 everywhere. 88 or 78, just deep retraces. We should get Frivit Gang to make a new song called Deep Retraces, all right? So Jeremy's like, hey man, is there some sort of wedge forming after the nasty correction? Is this going to be the reversal? Maybe. Excuse me. So you're forming a Bukowski bullish reversal pattern at an 88% retrace. Oh my God, hold on. Alright, we're good. Should be fine. Oh my God, well, forget the Fibonacci. So let's look at the weekly here, right? You made your big low. You made your lows and your lower lows. You've got higher levels relative strength. All right, so we got some weekly bullish divergence going on at the deepest retrace, at value areas. Come on, man. That's pretty freaking good. Is it not? Just look here and listen, man. Triple MACD bullish divergence. Right, from a low to a lower low. From that lower low to the lowest low. We got divergence, man, all over the place.
Is that a joint?
AMD and please. Thank you, Mitch.
Yeah, we'll look at Amazon. Vic, thanks for the 420, dude. Really appreciate it, okay? Okay, so, going back to the wedge. What was it? You were talking about a demand line 2 or something, like 1 and 2. See, I don't know. I think any way you look at it, you maybe broke out, right? If it was like 1 here and 2 here, it's like you're out and you're kind of back testing it as resistance. But if you're exhausted here, it could just be a false breakout and could get back to the upside. I think maybe the best way to look at it is if you are to make a major retrace on the weekly in time, if this was the bottom, which we don't know, right? All you've done is made lower highs, lower lows. You're only making lower highs, lower lows. You have not made one single higher high, higher low yet on this, so could be completely invalid. This may not even be the major low, but you'd think with the understanding of Fibonacci at an 88% retrace, it very well could be the last low, right? So the situation from the high point to low point. And yes, we are still very much in the downtrend, I think, on this, in the correction. You haven't broken anything yet. Just looking between 190 and 222 for a retrace, if we ever can get up there, okay? FedEx Connect. I'm sure they're going to be working harder soon, Q4, right? By Friday. Keeping them busy, man. Yeah, I'm not so sure about Amazon, man. Really not. I think that, looking at this, you were in some sort of uptrend and you broke it. But I think there's just kind of like a range that you're in this low part of the range. I know if it's overall bullish, which, I mean, you're kind of like double topped here. I mean, maybe it's an inverse head and shoulders of some sort, right? With the left shoulder head, right shoulder, disregard this insanity. I mean, whatever. Divergence already played out, but you're now showing like bullish convergence. So again, this could be completely off, right? Because we don't know if the correction's still going on or not. right? Down sloping neckline, and then you're just looking kind of like, right, like left shoulder, head, right shoulder, kind of, but it's just not that great. Ivan Ivanovic. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. Ivanovic, thanks so much, dude, for the sub, dude. Welcome to the show. So could be something like that. That's some pretty steep. That's a pretty steep trend line. That could be just distribution going on. But you think after an impulse near the bottom of kind of the range or whatever, maybe there's room for upside here. But it's all going to depend on the macro probably. But this thing is a market mover. It's part of the FANG, man. FANG makes up 20% of the S&P 500. So I don't know if it was to break the upside, which I don't know. This isn't that great looking to be real. You could see 1910 again, but something I think about this asset is much more serious. It's like you'd have to go to the weekly, I think. I don't even know if I still have it plotted on the weekly yet. Like I feel like if you fall below like 1680, there's not much support really until down here at like 1400 again. So I don't even on the weekly. Just looking at something like X, A, B, C, D, major retraces. I think we sold off. We've attempted our rally. We failed with a lower high, and now we're selling off. Okay, you break 1683, could see yourself at 1400 again. Okay, on Amazon. That's it. I mean, yeah, you have convergence here on the oscillators. Doesn't really help too much. Oh. See, this pops up. That's funny. Yeah, so this could still be in store too, right? Where, okay, if there's an inverse head and shoulders and you've like X, A, B, C, you could still make a higher low and run to the upside. Hit the measure move, the inverse head shoulders, and eventually hit to that 1967 area, make a 70% retrace, and then sell off again. All right, that's also another thought there on Amazon. Just doesn't look too good right now. All right. Ivan, I literally just did an Enjin analysis. Like it was the asset I looked at, I think, right? Two assets ago I did. Just rewind the stream, man. People in chat will say, hey, Mitch actually did an Enjin analysis. So that's it. Bat took a hit. Jean-Francois, it's not like Bat special. It's doing what everything else is doing today, really, except Enjin. ZRX is actually in the green a little bit, 0.56%, but you got to remember, if anything's in the green today, besides Enjin, it's pretty much coming after a sell-off. There's nothing on my watch list besides ZRX and Enjin that are even green today. So, whatever. What's up, Nippon Cowboy? Origato. What's a diamond pattern? It's the warring between buyers and sellers, and eventually one side wins. Renee? Right, so you have an impulse up and then you sell off, and the diamond starts like a broadening top pattern where you find a high low. It starts out narrow and then gets wider. Sorry, my drawing's awful. Okay, and then eventually in the middle of the pattern it has its largest levels of disparity in price, and then it starts to contraction begins. Okay, so again, it's an indecision pattern. It's a pattern of consolidation, and the consolidation just pretty much says indecision. Okay, so you could think about this almost like a symmetrical triangle, give me a sec, man. Oh. Okay. That's cool. Should use those. And so the whole criteria for a diamond, you normally don't want to try to trade a diamond on a small time scale. You want to look for these, 2 weeks, 2 months patterns that develop. Daily time scale going to have the most reliability of success of a pattern being actually real and reliable to trade. Look at that daily. So here it is, starts out narrow and then starts, the price disparity increases and then it starts contracting again. And, these act as definitely reversals or continuations. That's why I say think of it like a symmetrical triangle, which it kind of halfway is, right? But it's pretty much a broadening top with a symmetrical triangle converged together, 2 different patterns. All right. And so I'm saying like warring between buyers and sellers where eventually one side wins. Okay. And then, you're looking for increased volume on a breakout. All right. And it can dump and that's, or breaks out or it goes the upside, right? It can do either one. So measure move, pretty simple. I know Bulkowski does it kind of weird. Very easy way to measure these patterns is from the breakout, wherever you break out, in the widest areas of the pattern. There it is, right? Both sides. Okay. Also can use, Fibonacci extensions, high to low of the pattern. Look where the measured move is, around a 1414 fib extension. Those are profit taking levels anyway, right? If it was a reversal, wherever the bottom was, from the bottom to top, the downside, look, a 50% retrace, go figure, right? Duh. These all, like, these measured moves just line up with Fibonacci. Okay. Does that help on your diamond question, Renee?
Bruh.
Bitcoin's certainly not in a diamond, I don't think. Okay. I think that 43% pump was just too much. If you're enjoying this education on diamonds, these market analysis, hit that like button, that bell, a sub if you want, I guess. Thanks for being here. Been live for 40 minutes. Hold on, I gotta change something, of course, every time. Okay. Free inspection, Maryland. You just got a new job, been away a little bit. Well, congratulations on the new journey, and I hope you're meshing well with it. Awesome, man. Thanks for the 339 people tuned in. Y'all are real ones. Okay. Oh, let me see. Is this on? No, I forgot to turn it on, didn't I? Man, this is stupid. Okay, Lumia is now on. Perfect. So any like alerts, new subs or tips or anything, the lights will move. Awesome. Oh yeah. So let's look at EPD now. This is an energy asset that I didn't really look at until my dad came over a couple months ago and was talking about it, and I just said, okay. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, man. Oh my god. This thing looks so ready to sell off. Yeah. EPD. Okay. Why did it look ready to sell off? Because since 2014 it had been range bound. Okay, what I saw was July in 2019, we up thrusted at the top of the range again. Then we sold off and we were creating that right shoulder. the right shoulder of the slanted head and shoulders pattern. At the time it was potential, it could have failed, it could have broken out of the upside, whatever, but it wasn't really fooling me. Didn't like it. It seemed like there was a higher probability it would get wrecked versus going the upside. So I'm sure some patrons went with me because this was a Patreon like trade setup or whatever that was posted September 27th, right around 28.64 was the entry, right at where the spot price was at the time. It got as low today as $25, very, very close to that 100% measured move of the pattern itself. Usually the target, man. You kidding me, dude? So it's like this, dude. All right, UPD, technical analysis, find out what it means to me. 28.64, boom. It's like, hey, one can enter here, right at like the day I posted. One can enter, right? And here we are, much lower levels of value. Now today was kind of interesting because it was a huge green candle, which is kind of worrying me some because the divergence continuing to play out. Like, look, man, now on the RSI, look, inverse head and shoulders in the RSI, whatever. You know, don't trade that, but I'm just saying it doesn't matter because it's like a low on price, a lower low on price, higher levels relative strength. This bullish divergence could be playing out. I mean, at some point now, you got to think, hey, man, you're deep in the green. This thing could run all the way back up and kill all your gains and run back to back test the neckline even before it runs the downside again. How much time is that going to take, you know? So you got to be prudent. Look, it filled a gap. Filled a gap yesterday. Beautiful, man. But has not hit near the bottom of the range, which is around $24. Okay, EPD. Well, let's look at some random S coin with no liquidity that no one cares about, right? With no patterns developed. Let's just look at it randomly, cuz I just don't get it, man. It's like I've been streaming for like 2 years. You know, if you're gonna make a request, don't just type out a ticker. Type out a ticker and be like, hey, the reason why I'm requesting this is because this is what I saw. I saw a head and shoulders develop, or I see a rising wedge, or I see a 1618 fib extension. I see triple MACD bearish divergence on the weekly. Like, that's the stuff you should be requesting, not just random assets because you feel like it, dude. That's just showing me like you just want me to analyze it for free and maybe try to find something, right? I mean, it's just, I don't scan like, I mean, I scan like for, hey, this might have a potential pattern on it, right? So, see what I'm saying? Let's be intuitive with our requests, not let's just look at it cuz. All right? $9,200. Okay.
Bruh.
That's the first bruh of the stream, I think. I don't know. They want me to tell them their S coin is going up. Yeah, of course they are. But I don't know, man. I feel like anyone watching this show now is a real one. I feel like they are way more informed and understand and care about technical analysis, right? Like, you're probably not watching this show right now because you're a moon boy, right? Because the moon boys are long gone, right? They're not here anymore. It's clear. The concurrent viewership I was getting when Bitcoin was pumping, it was high levels, right? Euphoria. I mean, I was at 4,000 viewers one stream, right? And now I'm like, my average is just slowly dwindling. So I'd figure like the people that are still here every day are like, hey, I care about technical analysis. I'm learning stuff from this stream. And that's why I keep coming back, right? Versus other reasons. Okay. Dude, XLM just looks like crap, dude. It's like sold off almost all its gains from that pump it had. It's so dumb. It's just like, okay, completely bearish, man. And that's exactly what VeChain could do and might do, right? Daily close in 10 minutes. Yeah, we'll look at it. It's not really going to be overwhelming. It's just going to be like Bitcoin has moved today intraday between 8,030 and 8,222. Okay, so like $200 range today. LT says a lot of people have no clue. They think TNA means that. I mean, whatever, dude. Not the ones that are here now, pretty much. I mean, I'm not getting new subs, so the people that are watching me are like people who have been subbed for a while, so they should get it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so let's look at Twitter real quick, because I think this is a nice one to check up on. We haven't looked at it in a while because no one requested it, but believe me, not like we haven't been looking at it. All right, I mean, this is one. This was like the first stock Patreon like setup I started doing. Okay, this was the chart when I posted it, that I thought that Twitter was ready to sell off. We had hit an 88% retrace. We were showing bearish divergence on both oscillators on the daily time scale. We were in a rising wedge pattern. Those are very, very good coinciding variables and give you a higher probability of being right that Twitter would sell off. Well, just so happens, since I posted this on the Patreon, Twitter is down 33.49%. This was back in like late August or something. I posted it. So.
Hey Mitch Mon, been lurking a while. I'm working every day. I drive a lot these days, so I'm unable to be in the chat as much. Much love from NC. Everyone smash that like button.
B-Slice, man, thanks for the golden retrace contribution. Not the golden mean ratio, the reciprocal of the golden mean, the 1.61A. Thank you so much, dudes. Good to see you, and glad to hear that things are going well on your side of town. All right, dude.
Bruh.
Thanks so much, man. Kangs. We going hard, man. Square did well today, Sergio. Yes, it did, for reasons that have to do with technical analysis. We broke a neckline of a potential and now confirmed slanted inverse head and shoulders. It was perfect, man. All right. So get wrecked, Twitter. Who cares at this point? Who even cares? From the low to high, now you're getting in deep retrace territory. It would become more and more likely that a reversal of the upside could occur, right? Just because you go from the low to the high. All right, 88% retrace, 28.30. I don't think we've quite touched that yet. Nah, not yet. But we're working on it. Definitely could be working on it. No divergence on the daily. There might be some on the 4-hour, whatever. Okay, terrible performance. And that's a good thing, because we use technical analysis to make a great estimation of where Twitter could be going next. And it played out perfectly, man. Hype in the chat. Or hype in the chat! Hope that helps, man. Deep retraces everywhere. Look for them. Love them. Bullish divergence on the monthly? Wolver, probably not, man. The fact that we're making higher lows right now would lead me to believe there is absolutely no way Litecoin to the US dollar could be showing bullish divergence. How do you make a higher low of any sort and make divergence, right? And if you were talking about it, it had already played out, and that was the impulse that got us up. But that was really Bitcoin, wasn't it? What's he saying here? Yeah, that is bullish convergence, Wolver, man. Oh my god. I'll make sure I got this right. On the monthly. Weekly now. No, absolutely not. Now, are you talking about hidden divergence? No, there's not enough data. Like, Litecoin on Coinbase didn't even start creating data on the MACD until May of this year. It's weird, man. Tej, I'm proud of you, man. Holy crap. A lot of people, and maybe not even the people watching. That's what sucks, dude. Like, again, the real ones are here. The volatility has subsided, so the Moon Boys are gone. I wish they were here to hear what Tej said. He said, when you move on from Bitcoin and start focusing on other assets, it's very freeing, liberating. He stopped caring about the price of Bitcoin, and it's so much less stressful. Correct. You can make a lot more money too. Who cares? Just Bitcoin is one asset, chat. It's very special. But for a trader, it's one thing. There are thousands of things to trade. Why care about Bitcoin more than the others if you're a trader? It's like, try everything I can for years to try to get people, gateway drug people in that are new, that are obsessed with crypto, to make them understand Bitcoin's just one thing. Okay? And it's like, hey, it's one thing that we know is very important and very real. It's revolutionary. Okay, we have a long position forever that will sit over here. We don't worry about it. So then we have another account that we can make trades on. Okay, Bitcoin's not doing anything. Well, we're not going to trade Bitcoin if it's not showing any kind of reasons to be trading Bitcoin. Okay. All right. Oh, Twitter was looking. Okay, time to trade Twitter, EPD. Time to trade Nike, Texas Instruments, Marathon Petroleum Corporation, right? AAXN.
Looks like Deva broke out of long down slope channel TH and X Mitch, much love.
What's up, Queen Bee, man? Thanks for the threes. Sever Pharmaceutical. Oh, I haven't looked at this in a while. Oh man, it does look like it's correcting so hard. Yeah, it hit those supports, kind of fell below it. Wow. Okay. Jeez. Let's see. So you were saying broke out a long-term down sloping channel. Let's see if that's true. What is it, the Mario art, like he always says? I don't see a down sloping channel broken at all. Not even close. Oh, up sloping channel. Gotcha. Yeah. Of course. Certainly. It did that a while back, though, man. I mean, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Look, Sever Pharmaceuticals, right? It was in an uptrend. It kind of broke out eventually September 2010, dude. All right, it's been a long time. So, yes, it's out. But that's the only uptrend I can see. But I think we're just in a correction, man. Major correction. This is log scale. I'm sorry. That's so off. I think that's probably a good way of looking at it. But maybe you were just talking about, I mean, how are you looking at it, dude? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, see, it was like broken out. Look, it broke out and then even back tested it eventually and then dumped again. Wow. That's linear scale, dude. Jeez. Okay, let me, maybe you're right then, if you're talking about linear. Oh god, let me just get rid of this and try it again. You might be right, dude. Oh, you are right. You were, whoa. You're right, dude. Beautiful. Okay, good stuff, man. My bad, dude. Sorry, like, getting log scale, you sometimes forget about it. So yes, sir. But I do think that you got work to do, right? You broke a critical support back from 2001 and 2002. You're below them right now, so you got to get back above them. I don't know why there's so many of these. Like, this is stupid. I don't need that. I just need 2. There we go. All right. So until you break above, like for real, $25 to $26, you're in a downtrend. Right? I mean, this is great. You know, you can just do what Bitcoin did, where it had been correcting since 2015. you're talking about one low to another low, higher levels relative strength on the weekly, maybe you could argue. Even down here, a little tail end divergence, but there's a gap to fill up at like 1441. That might be an area where it runs to. But I think like in the short term, right? Like I think this is a discernible swing high on the weekly, definitely the daily. Go from that high to low here, and we realize we're about to hit a 236. So it's reasonable to believe that if this makes a common retrace, it's going to be between 1391 and 1853. So your breakout could yield you up here if it's real. Okay, I mean, if there's no demand for this asset and it's going to continue to sell off, then you know, it'll hit this 236. It'll hit the horizontal line resistances at 1230 to 1350, and then dump again, and that's near the 382. So again, it could hit this and just run and sell off to eventually maybe back test. Okay, or it could just keep on selling off here, man. Okay, maybe we form a pattern. You know, we don't have really any kind of pattern development on Teva. This is the weekly time scale. We have breakout.
Bruh.
Nice one, Queen Bee. Very, very nice. No, I was talking about Tej. I was talking about nothing in crypto. Not at all talking about stocks, dude. Stocks are never all red. There's definitely always outliers, individual assets that will outperform the market that particular day. All right, don't worry about that. That's what I meant, though. Thought I was clear about it, though, when I said we were just talking about crypto only at that point in the stream. But now it is time for Broke on the 8s. Daily candles closed, a new one has been born. Let's take a look at it. Here we are, chat. You asleep yet? I mean, Bitcoin is down $2.66 in 2 minutes. Wow. At this rate, we're screwed. $1 a minute? Oh no. It's all over, dude. Next time you want to low-key insult a group in real life, you're going to walk in the room and be like, oh, what's up, my moon boys? You know, it's like, what's up, my nerds? Mr. Magoo, what's up, dude? Uh-oh, boots of leather. I definitely don't want Utah to win, because if Utah wins, then there's no comparable opponent for Alabama to slip in. I want Utah to lose at any time. Okay, and if it was going to happen, it would, at this point, it's going to happen most likely in the Pac-12 championship, and hopefully it's a close one. But see, the thing is, why is Oregon ranked ahead of Utah? Because Utah lost to USC and Oregon beat USC. So even if Utah won barely, and let's say Bama destroyed Auburn, and you know, Auburn beat Oregon, that's going to look real good. But the problem is we don't have a quarterback, so I don't even know if I'd want to go. Just depends. I don't know how good Mac Brown is. Mac Wilson, whatever his name is, our backup QB. Okay, so nothing's changed. The deep analysis I did on Bitcoin was at the beginning of the stream, where we went pretty hardcore. We talked about the RSI, where we are, and the last time we had seen bullish divergence like this on the RSI, you know, in the 30s, it's like right here. We broke to the upside. It's the same stuff. It's like, you know, you had the initial move with the playing, like the divergence played out, and now you're back down to, you know, 35, 34. And it took 41 days or so, I think maybe 45 days, until it finally broke the upside again. So far we've been correcting. 24th. Man, we got like, I think 4 more days until a 1 month anniversary of the pump, the 3-day pump that I wasn't even here for. Crazy, man. You leave for one day. And it's like one day for something very, very special that only happens one time ever. And then it never happens again. Sounds like Bitcoin pumping, right? I don't do super chat because YouTube takes 30%. Why do they deserve 30% of the money you tip me? And why in the world do they get to hang on to the money you tip me until the end of the month? How's that right? That doesn't make any sense, dude. I don't work for YouTube or Google. So why the heck should they hold on to the money you tip me and then they take 30% of it? There are multiple links in the description below. If you really want to tip me and contribute to the stream and you want me to actually get the money, you know, the stream elements in OneUpCoin are the best ways to do it. You can either tip me in crypto or fiat. It's not as convenient as the little button there, but my God, it shouldn't be that big a deal. You knowing that they'd be screwing me, right? They take 30%, then I get it at the end of the month, and then the government takes 30%. And then I'm like, well, hey, man, why do other people get the majority of the money you tip me? And I have to wait a month to get it. Right? That's crazy. That's insanity. And most people don't even know about it that used to tip in Super Chat when I had it up. It's a joke, dude. Oh my God, where's that one guy who was on my static videos, or he commented and was like, oh, Bitcoin 20K by November 24th. It's like another one, dude. I'm using their platform. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So? Who cares? I'm using their platform. You know, there's competition. I could go to someone else's platform too, right? If I wanted. Oh, was that you, Muddy? Did you do that yesterday? Because thank you, man. I did get notified via email, but it doesn't tell me who does it. So thank you for that, man. Okay. It's not for use of platform, because before I was partner, for the majority of the time I've been creating content, I didn't even have the ability. So all the money I was making was via another source, the same source I'm using now. So, all of a sudden, now they want to take a cut. Since what, right? They don't help me grow. They don't do anything for me. I get to stream on their platform. That's literally it. Okay, and I'm actually trying to do good versus the other people that have like membership amenities and stuff like that. I don't have that. So, all right, man. Bitcoin waiting potentially for 76, 74 for a bullish bat. Deep retrace. Don't know if we'll get there. We're already in deep retrace territory, right? From the low to high. We're at the 78% mark. So looking for one more for a potential harmonic to see if it plays out, right? Right, X, A, B, C, D. Criteria here is 76, 74. So, man. Having a beer before milking the cows. All right, Corey, man. Have fun with that, dude. Be gentle. Because I don't need to, Yanni. There's no, like, you know, set in stone type of way of analyzing assets. The histogram to me is good enough. Okay, so you know something I saw on the stochastic RSI, stochastic RS guy or something. What'd they say? Hidden bullish divergence, man. Look at this. It's crazy too. It's like from a low to a higher low, even at the 886. It can just keep going, right? But look at this. It's so discernible. It's so freaking clear, man. Right? And then it's like even more, I guess. I don't know, right? Like, and normally what happens when we get down here, you know, stochastic starts going back up, man. So major hidden bullish divergence on a daily time scale for Bitcoin. Impending price action continuation to the upside. That's what that's saying right now. So Maybe the 786 we reverse, maybe the 886 reverse, and I don't know how high the reversal goes. I mean, it'd have to go pretty freaking high for any kind of real reversal to occur. I mean, we have to get above, I mean, really next, like 9,500, 10,000. Then after 10,000, right after that, you got 11K overhead resistance. You have so many overhead resistances that are developing above us, so it's not going to be easy. It's going to take a stupid amount of volume, lots of buying pressure, and I mean, how's that happen with the sentiment being so blah? And if this MACD really starts, which it hasn't yet, I mean, just now, because we just got a new histogram wick and it hasn't moved. If like it continues to go sideways and we continue to wane on negative momentum, you could argue that we're showing hidden bullish divergence on the MACD histogram as well, right? We got a low on price, a higher low on price, higher levels negative momentum. So hidden bullish divergence on both oscillators. There you go. I mostly never go. What's wrong with me branching out sometimes? And look, divergence can occur on many different oscillators, man. And what's wrong with me being like, hey, dude, I want a little bit more clarity. And I look at it off stream and I'm like, hey, man, maybe it's something worth sharing, right? Would I be sharing stochastic with you right now if it wasn't doing anything? Probably not. So just showing you something I saw when I was in my private time analyzing and scanning charts. Okay, I'm also looking at Bitcoin. You lost $3,000 in the last 2 days on VeChain. You should have tethered. Did you make any money, Magnum? Because if you didn't, that's telling me you FOMO'd so bad, dude. Extremely bad. And that's why FOMO is so devastating. They can go up one more fib node, and you can think you're making money. You are making money, and then it's like that 11%, or it's like 16 to 17% in 2 days on VeChain. I think pull back, maybe even more. In 3 days, I think it's 38% retrace. Yeah, I lost your gun, sure, man. It's like kind of out, you know. It's like if it's barely holding on, it's right there in that man, I don't know territory, you know. Right there, it's like out, but you know, kind of fell out here. But this is it, man. It's like no bueno, man. Hidden divergence down here. So, you know, arguments could be made that we're getting to an area where a reversal could occur, but it may not be much of any kind of reversal because, right, we have not made any kind of higher highs than our previous highs. We need to consistently do that to be able to say that a trend is reversed, right? You are making higher lows. Just make a higher low than 7,400. I think everything else will work itself out. Make higher lows, man. That's the big deal here. Okay, like a major pivot point higher low than 73.40. Make it, man. That's what you need here for Bitcoin. Seriously. All right, Jason, have a good one, dude. Lost your gun, does that help, man? Took profits on that, put in XRP at stink. Yeah, I mean, XRP is like potential bullish like Gartley or something, so. Should you be nervous now? Wouldn't really be nervous until, again, we start threatening the previous low we made. At this point, higher low has to occur. You got to make a higher low, man. And we're hoping, you know, we're just saying hoping because it's like, look, a harmonic has presented itself on a 4-hour time scale. We had a really bullish impulse, and now we're just at this point where it's continuing to bleed out. And it's like, hey, at some point, with a hidden bullish divergence on the oscillators, with the, you know, the kind of comparative analysis we did from the bottom before, last time we saw any kind of divergence like this on a daily time scale, did the same thing. 45 days, bled out 78% of the way, and you know, you lost 70% of your value. And I remember down here, people were stopped watching, people were crying, people were saying TA's fake, the Gartley, Fartley, screw bullish convergence on a weekly time scale, screw bullish divergence on a daily and 4 hour. It's all fake. It's bullcrap. We're going to 2K. Get out of Bitcoin. Screw everything. That's like literally the sentiment and the stupid amount of immaturity that was going on in our stream back here. Okay, when we had a setup, a trade setup, 33.43 was the entry. Okay, got as low as like 33.36. 33, yeah, that's, and then it all played out, man. All right, there was no need to panic. A harmonic presented itself on a daily time scale and 4 hour, so it's not near as strong here. It's only on a 4 hour, right? So you're at the same level you were at back in February on retrace, but again, the difference is the 61% retrace here was B versus this being a 50% retrace. So that means that more shallow retrace means a deeper retrace from C to D. That's just the rule of harmonics. Okay. Okay, does that help at all? I mean, anyone? Part of the wedge, the wedge we broke out of. No, I mean, I feel like if you look at the way the market's probably interpreting the trend line, you're touching it now. So you talking about the bottom of the wedge here? Yeah, sure, maybe, but if it's real, like, then you should never get back inside of this. If this is truly crap, right, and fake, you're gonna fall into this wedge again. Then you're going to test 7,400 and you're going to fail, and you're going to go down to like 64, 6,500 and probably break from there. I mean, there is definitely a lot of support down here at that 65 to 6,000 area, 65 to 5,800, lots of support. But you know, man, you stay out of this. Just keep on doing. I mean, dude, I've seen wedges where they've gone down to actually lower lows before exploding to the upside again. Just remember, the context of this wedge is really strong because of the previous impulse before it. Yeah, Dustin, only by like 10%, right? From a 786, like it was before, to an 88% retrace, if that was to happen, right? So we still got more selling to go. And again, that's like 7764 or something like that, 7,700. So yes, it does seem like there's the potential for more selling. But again, right now, you're showing hidden bullish divergence on the MACD and stochastic RSI. MACD is not near as clear because, you know, the negative momentum could just keep building if we keep selling off, right? So I think it's good, though, that we're finally kind of back testing, you know, the way the trend line has the most touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 touches, really, on the top. Right, we'd never really back tested it if you look at it like that till now, till like yesterday and the day before. So just stay outside of this trend line. I'm telling you, stay out long enough, maybe an 88% retrace. This divergence could play out, hidden divergence could play out and get ready to the upside again. That's like your only hope now. That's it. If you care about Bitcoin being bullish. In Bellinger, it's very easy, man. You go to Stream Elements down the link below, or you go to OneUpCoin, click that. You can tip Bitcoin if you want. Mr. Peabody, what's up, dude? Good to see you, dude. Shooting Wolverman. Awesome. Hey, remember, if you want to be a part of the, you know, one of the most active crypto and trading and stock communities out there for Discords, join it. Join the Discords. You want to be a part of a community of like-minded individuals like you that care. That's where we go. That's where the conversation continues when this live stream ends. We got nearly 5,000 members. Huge community. So, you know, Brad's posting the link in the chat, so click on that and join it if you haven't. I think one of the main reasons why you join the Discord is because you want to be notified when I go live. What if I go live at 2 a.m. because Bitcoin's up 30%, right? You won't know I'm live. You won't be notified by YouTube. They're not going to tell you. They don't help with anything. They don't help growth. They don't help anything. They don't recommend my channel. I'm like shadow banned pretty much on YouTube because I don't make them money, right? I'm a Twitch streamer on YouTube because my audience is on YouTube. That's the only reason I'm here. If my audience was on Twitch, I would not be on YouTube right now, like at all. YouTube is a terrible streaming platform. It's just inferior. And it's like they don't prioritize streamers here. They prioritize automated algos, shadow banning conservatives, whatever, man. Like whatever they do it and they don't let you know about it. It's really weird, okay? But we know Twitch has its fair share of problems too. But again, I'd much rather stream there than here. But y'all aren't over there, so. Do I play Call of Duty Mobile? No, I don't play games, man. What happened? Michigan Crypto Girl, random words, pufferfish, Irukandji jellyfish, stonefish, what? What's up, Dustin? Nice atmosphere in the Discord. Yeah, because we have mods that take it seriously and don't allow toxicity, and I'm very grateful for them. They've created the safe haven. It's awesome. It's like, hey, you must be an adult to be in our Discord. You can't be an idiot. You can't be spamming like sexual things, you know, and pictures, really gross, off-color pictures of stupid things that you think are cute, but they're really inappropriate. Like, we don't allow that, man. It's just like, hey, what would someone do if they were an adult in a setting at work or something? Well, that's probably, you know, how it is. It's like there's like a verbal dress code or a textual dress code in our Discord. Okay. Your government or our government trains our soldiers through video games to help for simulation. Yeah, but again, I go to the shooting range occasionally. You know, keep my skills up for just home defense. And that's it, man. Again, I played plenty of Call of Duty. Probably enough for a lifetime back in the day. Okay. What's up, Kyoto Wave? Investing in Bitcoin versus trading. I mean, investing is a hard word to say for Bitcoin. I think it's still too speculative to say you're investing in something, but having your money in the asset for a long period of time has definitely played out well for you. And I think it's a great long-term gamble. I think it's I call it a deathbed gamble. Okay, where when I'm on my deathbed, however many years it is from now, I'll be like, hey, I lived a life of, oh well, not what if, on Bitcoin, because I knew the importance of the technology, the revolution of it, something that's never been created before. It was the first. It's unhackable for now, and I definitely believe in it for the long term. But again, it's so illiquid right now compared to other markets. Volatility is still kind of high, but as you can see where we are now from where we used to be on Bitcoin, volatility is a lot less than it used to be on Bitcoin. It used to be much crazier. So that just shows the maturation of the market, even though it's still a baby, a very small infantile baby. It's definitely matured some over the years, and it's going to continue to mature, and eventually we'll get probably another bull cycle, another really big bull cycle, and you just got to think about the logistics of it, or whatever, like just the physics of it, whatever you can call it, where there's a finite supply of the asset. It cannot be manipulated. There's only like 21 million, but there's way less, only like 16 million that are actually out there. I think the rest were lost. I think it's a new thing, man. I think and polls have been done. Millennials prefer crypto over gold or silver. And those millennials will inherit trillions of dollars collectively from the boomers. And if just a very small amount of that goes into Bitcoin when the next recession happens, all that, it can move the meter. Institutions, they get in, oh, it's over, man. Like, dude, this is like less than $200 billion market cap, man. That's so small, infinitesimal compared to Forex market, stock market, gold, silver, right? Let's see. Oh, well, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be really careful on assets that are extremely bearish, okay? On retraces. I mean, yeah, I get you, man. It is pulling the upside. Probably tomorrow it'll have some sort of... I mean, you filled a gap today on Uber, and that was discussed that could happen, $28. There's another gap fill at $31.15. You got 9 days, $30.50, which is a gap fill. That's probably why you chose it, right? Nah, it's actually, dude, that's okay. Yeah, 31 bucks is the gap fill. So yeah, I guess like if you're at $30.50, you got 9 days. I don't know. Like, dude, timing is just, technical analysis doesn't really help so much with timing. But you can see it, man. It's like just a downtrend you're in. And it had a nice move today. What's it up? 3.62%.
Noise! Hey man, thanks. Please check out I think it retraced to the 88 Fib channel.
Queen Bee, I think I looked at I today. Someone said something about it somewhere. Yeah, we'll look at I. It didn't really stick out as anything crazy, but yeah, we can look at it. Thank you, Queen Bee. Oh yeah, so think about it. 30, 50, right, was the strike price. 30, 50 calls. I mean, how does it get there? If you're in this downtrend, how in the heck does it get to 30, 50? If it stays within 1 and 2, right? It'll hit 29.47, hit the top of the channel again and sell off, right? It might be tough, man. I mean, there's not much you can really do now, but hey, I get it. It might be reasonable to believe that a gap fill could occur, but again, timing at 9 days, will it? I have no idea. What if the macro sucks, right? What if the macro begins to start selling off for, you know, next 4 or 5 days, and then it starts recovering next week? Well, you know, Uber will probably be affected negatively by that and sell off too, you'd think. But there was no real bullish divergence going on this asset, and it's extremely bearish. Okay, so I don't know, man. That was for Logan Nelson. Thanks for speaking up in chat, man. Good to see you. Kyoto Wave, you're welcome, dude. So freedom of speech with an A, like peach, S peach. The Discord may not work for you. Well, we don't allow euphoria. I mean, now if Bitcoin's pumping, okay, yeah, people are going to be active and stuff, but normally I'm going to be live, so there probably won't be that much activity. But we don't, anyone saying, buy Bitcoin, sell Bitcoin in all caps and freaking out and stuff for no reason, all that, we just hide that stuff. We don't tolerate that FOMO crap, okay? So our Discord, if you're older or whatever, it's probably the right Discord for you, because we don't allow the stupid stuff in it. Ask Bradford. When stock market meet crypto, Dave, it's already happened. GBTC, man. All right, Phil. Have a good day, mate. I can't believe it. I'm from Australia. Oh, we'll go look at I. Yeah, this is the one that just got obliterated. I don't know, man. You just gotta wait for the dust to settle on it, right? It's just not enough. I get it that it's actually an 88% retrace, yeah, but this should have been Gartley at a 786, right? He's just talking about maybe something like this. X, A, yeah, 65 percentages. He's talking about 786. It actually went lower. It actually went 92% retrace. Way too deep. 786. If it was anything, but again, no one even had time because this thing's just getting. It must have been really bad. Something awful happened fundamentally to Intel Sat SA, South America, I guess. So, I mean, what's it at here? What's the fib extension? See, it's below 1618, man. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I get it, dude. Sure, when this ends, maybe there's a retrace and stuff, but that's some serious technical damage that's been done to this asset. Look left. You're below us. Oh my god, dude. Duplication. Right, you got some supports down here. Okay, you hit the second one. You hit this one and bounce from February 2017. So at least it's, you know, back down to these areas, but you know, what do? We don't normally trade. I mean, scalpers do this. Scalpers will be like, oh, hey, man, we're hitting support after a crazy dump like that. Maybe, you know, Vet Moonboy might want to do it because he was talking about scalping earlier. But for me, it's like I like methodical sell-offs with, you know, that allots time for divergence to develop, patterns, reversal patterns, all that. This was just straight down. So it's not that great to me. But yeah, very true. It had a 92% retrace from the February of 2018 low, and it got there from in 1 month. It went from $27.63 to the lowest low of $5.61. Do you hear me? This got killed in 1 month, obliterated. This asset lost in 1 month 78.9% of its value. Mother of God. All right, man. Been live for an hour and a half now. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, and sub. We'll talk about Facebook real quick. This is something that's nearing. My alert went off. It's nearing the PCZ, but I just don't know, right? A couple things. It was in an uptrend, and it broke out of the uptrend, and now it's back testing the trend line as a resistance when it was once support. With it looks like some triple MACD bearish divergence going on. You even have some stochastic RSI bearish divergence developing, 1, 2, 3 lower levels every time with higher prices. Nearing that 78.6% retrace, this would be some sort of bearish cypher, but the trend is really nebulous. I mean, it's like, you know, very overall bullish, but you've kind of been range bound since December of 2016. Okay, so, and this was insane. All right, I have it. Trend line here at the top, but this is really the top. It's where you are back in January 2018. It was all-time highs at that time. You're back at it, right around it. So it would be interesting to see if Facebook's bearish cipher played out. It's not going to be as strong as something like a bearish butterfly at a 1618 with weekly bearish divergence. Nothing like that strong. So, but we'll see. You know, 201.97, 200 area. That's the reversal pattern completion zone, or the PRZ, the pattern or price reversal zone, okay, where you would just think that it would sell off at least 38% of the way, maybe 50%, maybe 618, 88, you know, 786, 100%, whatever. You would think at that area, that is a probability of occurring. Macro keeps going up, probably not, right? Macro just keeps going nuts. Facebook's just going to keep on climbing and be like, okay, defy gravity. Yep, PPT. The Fed, President Trump, everyone just like underneath the stock market, just propping it up, man. All they can. I don't really look at the 3-day, John, no. Yeah, Cantimo, in order for me to be able to get everything on the screen, and it not look weird. It has to kind of be like that. I've tried to make it where it's not clipped. It's just weird. It sucks. Holy crap. Yeah, Wolver, but it's a BTC pair and it's A and B. I mean, like, who cares? You know, it's like, oh, it might maybe an opportunity. And it's just like low liquidity S coin BTC pair is just not incentivizing to me at all. So inefficient. Oh, I got to trade. I got to make 4 transactions before my trade's complete. And it's so illiquid that I may not even get my orders filled. That sucks. Okay. All right, hey, thanks for the 200 likes, chat. Really appreciate that. I mean, that's like 2/3 of concurrent viewers hit the like button, and that's really high, and that's really awesome, and I'm very grateful for that. Y'all are amazing. Okay, doing all you can. But I think it's been a good stream. You know, we've looked at a lot of good assets today. We had education on the diamond. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's true. You know? Oh man, problem is though, Blank, you're falling back into that channel. A really well respected channel. It's over now, right? Back. Yeah, your futures, yep, it's true, but I don't know, like, you know, you hit the 200 last time, and boom, like emotional. Oh my god, we got to get away from it. Now we're methodically getting back to it. I don't know, man, how I feel about that. Not that great. Okay, so this is the futures, 8,090. Just you know, 10 or 20 bucks, nearly 30 bucks off spot price. You're below critical support. The next available support after this is, well, back down to 7,500. It's a wormhole, man. There's nothing here, right? Nothing here ever, right? So below this, it seems in time we could hit it again, or hit an 88% retrace and all that divergence plays out, you know. And then we run to the upside again if this is worth a crap, okay? Market will continue to get propped up unless maybe Bloomberg runs. Wall Street is the PPT. Now values of stocks. You're going to pay for those down the road. But Warren Connect, hey man, cash is king. Cash is king. I mean, just we're so late into a market cycle that, yeah, having some exposure to the nice moves up now is great, but a lot of it won't matter when the rug gets pulled and the recession begins. It could be a couple years. It could be a few years. But once it happens and that 1 to 2 year long recession occurs, you can change your freaking life if you have the buying power to get in at those crazy retrace levels. What you're talking about retrace levels, man. Let's just take a gander somewhere. Give me a sec. Let's take a gander at the S&P 500. Zoomed out on the monthly. .com bubble, global financial crisis, housing bubble, right? Double top. So I think we just exceeded a 2618 fib extension. 261.8% retrace from this previous major high to low. Yeah, we were at it at 3,037. We broke it. That's nuts. That's crazy. But you have to understand, any retrace we made, it wasn't anything, right? This one was nothing. Look how, and it's so cool, right? Before the election, for the breakout, you were at a golden mean ratio. And once the presidential election was over, the catalyst, boom, right? You returned to the mean. It was like 2 years flat. So stock market increases, 7 to 10%. All right, well, 20% plus the year, 30%, right? There it is, returned to the mean. But again, it's going insane now. See the 2618, oh my God. So you just think, like, wherever this tops out at, I mean, let's just look here and listen, low to high. At the time, you didn't even make a 23.6% retrace. Right here, okay? From this low to this high, you made only a 23% retrace. That was it. That's a shallow retrace. That's not a deep, major, or moderate, or common retrace at all. So you hit the 236 and you're going again. So eventually, when this rug gets pulled, wherever it does, say it's up here, right? Just a common retrace, 38% down here, down here, down here, right? Golden zone. So, I mean, look at the only real sports at like 2100 and 1569, right? So could eventually come all the way down here. So what you're making now, great, but like think about it. We go through a 2 year long correction, get a 50%, 61% retrace, maybe even a 78% probably not, but your life can change. Life-changing wealth you can accrue at the bottom of these bearish market cycles. Okay? That's it, dude. A lot of action in chat. Awesome. Okay, so been a good stream. Wanted to wrap it up with that, I guess. And I'll just be back sometime later. I don't know when. You know how it is, man. There's very little demand for what I do right now, so I'm not going to be as frequent on streaming, because it's like when there's more demand, when it picks up, okay, I'll create more supply of myself. So thanks so much for the likes, love, support, the contributions today. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are real ones. Y'all are the few, far in between, the best viewers. Okay. Appreciate y'all so much. Because of y'all, I'm able to come back multiple times a day, or just every day, to give you analysis, look at your assets, and look for trade setups. All right. So I'll be back later. Till then, respect the TA.
Family tip $23.58. Just a little memory. Last year on this date, you had a 10-hour stream where we dumped from $5,555 to $4,000. Too many good memories. Wouldn't trade it for anything. About to text you shortly.
Thanks, Probes, man, for the 23.58. The overtime, or the Hail Mary, the last second of the game. 23.58, man. We appreciate it. Yeah, dude. This time last year, capitulation was setting in, man. It was bad. Not so bad this time, right? Much higher prices than before, right? We were hitting 3,000, the 3,000s 1 year ago. So think about it like that. Good point, man. Much love. Looking for the text, Kings.
Adios, turd nuggets.